Hi, so this morning I come to you from Kanchanaburi, Thailand. You know, Carrie and I were in Thailand a few years ago and we visited a lot of different spots. We knew we were going to come back here because there were other spots that we wanted to visit, and this is one of them. Now, why is that? Well, it's because of the bridge behind us. Now, you may already know it. This is the bridge over the River Kwai. Now, I knew about that because the books and films that I've seen, but what I did learn a little bit here as I was researching it, it's also known as Death Railway. Now, Death Railway goes some 260 miles and it connected Bangkok to Burma so that the Japanese could supply their troops from place to place along this railway. Another interesting fact that I knew, and you may already did, it wasn't only built by prisoners of war that I sort of learned about. And again, I'm not trying to be negative about the suffering and the anguish of the prisoners of war and the hardships that they went through as they were building this railway and this bridge. The thing that I did find out that I didn't know about, maybe I did, but it just didn't register growing up, is that so many civilians died building this railway as well. And out of the 100,000 estimated lives that were lost during the construction of the railway and the bridge, some 80 to 90,000 of those deaths were civilians used in forced labor to build this. Now, I just didn't know a lot about the history of this place. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm going to take you on a walk, and hopefully we get lucky and see the train come across, because it only comes across twice a day. So let's take a walk and check out the bridge as well as some of the railway. So I'm walking across the bridge right now. I got out here early in the morning. And what you see, here on the sides of me is the steel structure that the Japanese built in reparation for, what happened back in 1940 and 43 in the construction of Death Railway, because the Allied forces bombed it a couple times, I think in 1944, 45, and so on. So it needed to be rebuilt. So it's kind of it's always interesting when you're able to walk in places where some major portions of history have taken place. Carrie and I in the past 12 months have been to some unique places of history. We've been to Dachau. We saw the concentration camp, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't even do a video of it because it was just so emotional. We went to the Netherlands and we went to Camp Westerbork, which I did do a video on, and hopefully you can watch that. But walking across this bridge and the railway just gets you to have a better understanding and seeing and learning and reading of the history of places such as this and the lives that were lost, not only the prisoners of war, but also the forced labor that was used to construct this railway and this bridge. Wow. Well, I'm glad I got here when I did, because the train is now coming and crossing over the bridge of the River Kwai. This is going to be pretty cool. All right, so this is the last train of the day that comes through Kanchanaburi back into Bangkok. There you go. While I'm sure there are parts of this railway here, I know the bridge has obviously been redone probably a few times. But walking across this railway here, just thinking that, I wonder how much of it is original, and it just gets you to stop and think again of the lives that were lost as they were constructing. Having a railway named Death's Railway is never good, right? And so, we're going to walk around this town a little bit, hopefully get to see a couple of the war museums and try to learn just a little bit more about this place and its history. So I hope you, I hate to say you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit. But if you know anything about this railway, maybe that I did not put in this video, I would love to hear from you. Love to have you write some comments down. Educate me, educate the people that are watching it. Subscribe to our channel. As always, keep dreaming, travel safe, never forget history.